have the honor of getting to interview them and find out what makes their shop so freaky weird.
Oh yeah. We're gonna get down to the nitty-gritty. Let's get right up on the bug girl.
Yeah, we have to ask Brian about the bug girl, so yeah, you got to stay tuned to watch the whole video to find out what's going to be happening. We're in New York, and CL and ChickGab, we're doing live interviews also, right? We're having a good time. It is ChickGab Chick and CL, and we are here at Obscura with some really cool people. We have got Evan and we've got Mike, and this is their shop, and they sell all sorts of oddities and antiques, and they're into some unusual and bizarre things. Guys, want to introduce yourselves? Tell us a little bit about you.
Well, I'm Evan.
And I'm Mike.
And we run Obscura Oddities and Antiques. We've been doing this for a very, very long time. And we specialize in an alternative kind of reading.
A lot of medical, scientific, natural history, taxidermy, criminal items. It's not your typical kind of grandma antique shop.
Unless your grandma was very...
And how did you two get doing this together? Like, how did that all come up?
It's one of those things, you know, we're both collectors, and you just keep collecting stuff, and it gets to the point where you need to do something with it. Maybe I got buried in it. And again, we've been in one form or another, been doing this for many, many years.
So we met through the business. Because we were both in the business separately, and now we're in the business together.
Nice. Well, since the code is all about the unusual, the mysterious, and the bizarre, we thought it would be great to come in here and meet Evan and Mike. What is the strangest thing that's ever come to your shop?
That's a good question. People ask that all the time. I mean, how do you really just pick one? I mean, we got a lot of odd medical antiques with a mummified head, medical specimen from the 10th century.
Oh, is that right there?
Yeah, he's one of our favorites with sheep.
Yeah, we also had it was an anatomical model of an ear from about the turn of the last century with a wax tape dispenser built in. And that is the only object we've ever had that no one can figure out.
We show it to tons of people.
Yeah.
They go and do it. It's weird wax paint roll.
It's like a ball of an ear with wax tape coming out, so that's just one of the weirdest. It's not very creepy, but it's...
Also, it's hard because we're used to it. Like, we might, well, what's the weirdest thing? Oh, like a human skeleton. We've had dozens of human skeletons.
Yeah, human
skulls.
remains are not creepy or strange at all.
Get like used to it.
Well, I thought this book was kind of strange.
A fairly common thing. You know, I mean, men actually form bear
Oh, yeah?
quilts.
I don't know, maybe it's from here or something around it.
Yeah. It's very handsome.
Yeah. Okay.
Try it on if you'd like.
Yeah. Not here
Maybe today's not a good day for
No, I feel too hot for that.
I have to ask you guys, so when I watch your show, the little oddities that come in, you guys know all the history behind it. Do you study up on that piece beforehand, or do you guys just know that much about antiquing and oddities and all that kind of
We
things?
know a lot. I mean, we've been in this business close to 20 years, so I mean, we've seen a lot of things. What's weird is some people think, oh, another one of these. So
Yeah, I mean,
we know a lot of
this is cyclical. So what appears to be new on the show is something we probably hadn't uncovered in the past. So we do know an awful lot. Yeah, I mean, if you don't learn your trade, then you shouldn't be in your trade. But every once in a while, something comes in and you just go look. We don't know.
Has anything ever come in and actually creeped you out to the point where you had to go out the door with it?
Yes.
Oh, you research?
Yes.
Oh, all right, we tell.
It's a long story, but cut it short. A guy had contacted us saying that his father was a missionary in Egypt, and he'd been given this head, and he didn't know if it was an Egyptian mummy, so he brought it in one night and searched it here with a friend of ours, and he unwrapped it, and right away, not Egyptian. The smell was, it was evil, actually. I'm not superstitious and spiritual mumbo jumbo, but our hair all stood up, and he said, no one in my family can have this in your home, and you tell right away that it wasn't an Egyptian mummification. Egyptian mummy smelled nice.
I mean, it was old. It was ancient.
It was old, but it was not Egyptian mummification.
I saw that on one of your shows that it had that great smell, and I didn't know if you
Yeah,
guys were kidding. It really does.
So, and our mouth was open and it was screaming, and actually the friend was standing right here at the door, and his mouth was closed. All our mouths were closed, and his horrible, his mouth was hanging. And, like, we sent him actually to a friend of ours who was all about mummies, but he said, can I just leave this here with you guys? Like, no. Now you're taking it was the only thing that's ever come in with kind of that vibe about it. I mean, again, it wasn't like a head that someone just cut off. It was mummified, it was preserved, but not
Not a nice way.
proper way. And the expression on its face is screaming. It's a
Wow.
way.
Wow.
So,
That's
that's great.
that's great. I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, I know this is still for audience, but do you have anything like for relationship related audience?
Well, we have a lot of people actually come here on first dates. We have a few people that use the store as sort of a dating filter. They'll bring people here to see how they react to the stuff and the weird things, because their house is quite filled with this kind of stuff. So if their potential date, like, oh wow, this is cool, that's a good sign, or they freak out, it's like, well, thanks, you're wonderful. Yeah, probably not a second date.
Yeah, the shop is a filter for people who maybe want to meet interesting people. And it's a filter for us too, because we've been doing this so long, it's, you know, people are interested in it. And the rest, if they're
Actually,
not willing to walk in the door, they probably not.
a friend of ours just came in who actually just got married, but his first date was at the shop. And then he actually proposed to his girlfriend, his wife, right in front of the shop.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, a guy put a ring on a girl's finger last week.
In here?
Yeah.
It's a very
it was
romantic
like
place,
that.
actually.
I said, did you just propose to her? And he's like, not really. So,
This would throw me off. If Greg, if you would have brought me here back in the day when you proposed to me, this would have thrown me. If you would have gotten down.
It's not the most, most people maybe wouldn't think that romantic, but this place is filled with it.
if you're
Yeah.
romantic, it's romantic if you're find someone.
Well, I can see having, telling a story about each thing that's in here and go into great detail about it, being very passionate about it. It's actually a great conversation piece.
You can't fail to have a conversation.
Yeah, I mean, if you come in here, you can have a conversation.
Conversations just
You're
make
not a
themselves.
good conversationalist.
And that's the thing too about us knowing about this stuff. We love this stuff. It's not just like, oh yeah, it's old, whatever. I mean, we're passionate about the items, and we really like the stuff a lot, and I want to know about it. And when people ask, what is this? And you tell them, it's that much more fascinating for them, and it's just, the whole store's filled with it.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. And the biggest thing in relationships is communication. So it's what you do.
Break the ice.
Break the ice. Which is what code is all
What
about.
often happens actually is one partner will come in and the other one will leave. So it's maybe not always successful.
Yeah. Well,
But,
it depends on the item.
Not every date is successful.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really interesting too. Like sometimes people come in and they'll collect stuff. And oh, look at that. They'll both be obsessed with an item. Other times people come in and who's not the kind of stuff they want to see just the museum of the store, and they'll even click on that on their dislike bag. Like, oh, that's horrible. Imagine that in the house. Oh my god. But even that, their dislike of the stuff is their connection. So it's odd, connection either way.
I was just thinking, what is the one thing that you think people like the most?
It's really across the board.
Yeah, taxidermies, old taxidermy, they specialize in a lot. The medical stuff is, you can't keep the shop, the instruments, and very many
I mean, recently got a bunch of very old medical specimens, human bone specimens, all come out of a hospital collection. It's all, it wasn't dug up. But we this couple came in and bought a whole entire jar full of hand and foot bones, and they were just like, they were obsessed over it. Oh, it's wonderful. This will look good in our house. And they collect weird stuff. They're a bit foolish, I guess, but
Well, I think these are building cabinets and curiosities. So they take it home and they display it. It's a big one on.
there's nothing here that anyone needs. It's not food, it's not shelter, it's not clothing, but a lot of it, it makes people happy, and that's a really big need. Like you can just live in a square box with the gray walls, or you can fill it with surround yourself with things that make you happy, and really that's a huge need that it's not. I think it's one of the basic needs.
Well, it's to be happy.
It's to be happy, and these items make people happy. It's the odd, it's the unusual, it's the thing that's not everyday common. It's not like you walk into any store and go, oh look, a mummified head, or oh look, a femur that's 100 years old, or a piece of tax. It's odd stuff, but it really it's very really like it. It really makes them happy, and the whole collecting, the whole hunt for the item, it really fills quite a few needs.
It also is a signifier. People use these things to signify that they're different. Sort of a red flag, or if you will, I'm different, I have different interests. they might buy it, you know, just have one of these things in their home. People come in, they're going to know a little more about it. But that's something
The one-year block with this unique item.
Yeah,
I'm a
that's the
huge
thing.
fan of the show, and I think my favorite thing that you guys ever had walk out of here was, and it's my favorite customer you have too. I think her name is Chloe, but I don't know for sure. But it was the bottle of, she would find it for a bartender friend, and it had
Laura.
It was
Laura,
Laura, and she bought a bottle, and it had like testicles in it. I think that was my favorite. Yes, yes. And I noticed some of the liquid was gone, so you guys weren't trying that out here at the store.
No,
No, not for internal use ever.
Ever. Okay.
Well, Laura, you know, she could have married many times over after being on the show.
A lot of people saw the show and asked, is she single?
She is. Oh, yeah.
And those are really our customers too. I mean, our customers are unique. It's really wonderful. We're getting a lot of letters that say, you know, even those people are strange. You know, we're not making fun of them. We love these people. They're our people. I mean, it's really great, and people are being exposed to all these people that they would have normally not. You know, people live in a small town or maybe are in a very small circle of people. It's that it's really opened them up to, you know, there's every kind of person out there, and you know, some of the ones which are traditionally odd or a little different, some of it's mostly interesting.
Yeah. Well, what's cool about your show is it's like never judge a book by its cover. You do have some odd people come in, but yeah, when you watch the show and you see them,
They're the
they're
nicest
really
people
quite
you ever
normal.
met.
No, it's
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
important. This is a subculture. And people who grew up in certain subcultures, like I was a host of politics and industrial scene, there's a certain subtext to this that people get out there, and it's a diaspora. There are people everywhere who are, you know, maybe a little isolated in little towns or whatever. They see this and they recognize the culture. They recognize the culture moments, the political music, and literature. You know, and that also plays into this experience. There's sort of a common knowledge that a lot of people who are into this also have. So it's really interesting.
We've made it.
Well, you're interesting.
We've made it okay to come out of the free closet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, you know, be proud. It has to be said over and over again.
And for the record, Evan likes geeks, so I'm thrilled to give her my book, and I think she's going to enjoy it because I'm a geek lover too. So for the
It's called
record,
Geeks of the Sexy Geeks of the Sexy.
sexiest geeks are the
Men on Earth.
sexiest men alive.
I
Did you
do.
know I researched geeks for 2 years before I wrote
Did
this?
you?
Yes, men from around
Did
the
you
world.
meet the sexiest geeks ever?
That's my geek right there,
Oh,
for sure.
no. Like Michael Palin, I was like so in love with Michael Palin walking the bike on.
Are you?
Oh my god. And that guy who's on the Science Channel actually, he's a British astrophysicist.
There's nothing hotter than a red hot mind, if you ask me.
No, I agree. It's a real turn on.
Yeah, it is. Glasses and a nice mind, I'm telling you.
But you know, this is the era of the geek.
I'm telling you, geeks,
Absolutely.
geeks are
Geek
going to
is
find
good.
their place.
Geeks
Yeah.
rule.
Well, also there's the sideshow geek. You know, totally unrelated to the.
Yeah, that's not very sexy.
Yeah.
Not just.
None of your
Well,
the
I
acts,
mean,
the
I'm sure they are
traditional
sexy.
I think they're actually called nerds. There's a big distinction.
Well, the sideshow geek is actually the traditional act is someone who bites the head off the chicken.
That's actually in my book. That's
Oh,
actually
okay.
in my book, and I say in my
Not
book,
so sexy.
I
It's
say I
not.
would actually date a guy who would decapitate a live chicken. I actually have that line in my book.
Very nice. Well done. Yeah. You gotta draw the line somewhere.
Yeah. But I do quote that back in the day they were called wild men, so I really go on that and they say wild in what respect. So
Yeah,
you
wild
just don't
men
know.
can be sexy, but not that.
Yeah, not fighting. Yeah.
No.
Chicken. Well, this is ChickGab and DL, and thank you so much, Mike and Evan. And for the record, too, we invited them to the Code when we come back to New York in October, and we hope that they will join us for our mysterious Code event. And we love their shop, and we'll continue to follow them. And very nice to meet you guys. Thank you very much.